Om Shanti to the Divine Family. We are today reading the Murli dated 20th January 1990. The title of the Murli is Five Spatial Steps of Father Brahma. Beautiful Murli. And let me share the screen before we begin. So, Bijit bhai, is the screen visible? Is the Murli visible on the screen?
Yes,
And
it is visible.
and
Yes.
is the volume okay? And am I loud and clear?
Yeah, yes, you are clear, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, Baba. The Baja is clear. Okay, so now the this as we can see on the screen, the Murli title is Five Spatial Steps of Father Brahma. This Murli and this Murli is 20th January 1990, so it's very close to 18th January. And in fact, 18th January is the Smriti Divas, Samarthi Divas, and where we uh, we remember we re-invoke the qualities of Father Brahma so that we also inculcate in ourselves these qualities and we become close to Bab Dada in the Purusharth and the experiences of the powers, spiritual powers, and practical implementation of those powers. So these five qualities are as described and not many, but they're condensed form of Brahma Baba's qualities. Brahma Baba's qualities, in fact, they are infinite, but then the five are basic, the qualities which we can easily remember. And Baba has asked a question in this: Do you all of you consider yourselves to be close souls who follow the Father? And how do you know you are following Father, your close soul, through these comparison with these uh, five steps? That am I also taking these five steps? These are very deep points Baba have brought out in this Murli. So let's be seated in the remembrance of Bab Dada, seat of remembrance in between the eyebrow. I am a victorious soul in between the eyebrow, a sparkling star, a point of light equal to the Father, the Supreme Soul, point of light, the incorporeal one. I, the soul, also incorporeal and combined with the Supreme, experiencing all virtues and powers, is experiencing the same state of mind and intellect as the Father. And in this supreme consciousness, let's hear this Murli, let's listen to this Murli and experience every point of this Murli. This Murli is a long Murli, so we have covered this in the 2 days. So today is the day one. Five special steps of Father Brahma. It's Murli Avyakt Murli dated 20th January 1990. Day one. Today, the Father, who is loved by the whole world, is seeing his spatially deeply loving and close children. Let's experience this. We are those special ones, the chosen ones. Koto mein koi mein bhi koi. Very selected, handpicked, and which who we have deep love. for self, for the Supreme Father, for the wonderful, loving family, Brahmin family, and for the drama, deep love, and close children. We are close. In our act also, we are close to the Brahmin family and close to Father, Brahma, and the Baba, Bab Dada. All are loving, but those who are extremely loving and close are those who follow the Father at every step. This is a sign of that am I following the Father? Am I close to the Father? Am I extremely loving? This sign is the telltale sign is that I follow Him at every step in my mansa, vacha, and karmana. The incorporeal Father kept Brahma Baba, the corporeal instrument, in front of the corporeal children for them to be able to follow Him in a practical way, not just in the theory, but in the practical way, in every act, whether it's through man, vachan, or karam, mind, or through the words, or through the actions, in the practical way. He was the first soul in the drama who experienced 84 births from the beginning to the end. He became the medium in the corporeal form and became an example in front of the children to make it easy for them to follow. Because when one sees a powerful example, it is easy to follow. And so Baba kept Brahma Baba as a symbol of love for the loving children, and he gave every child the elevated Srimad to follow the Father at every step. Do all of you consider yourself the, the close souls who follow the Father? There's a question we need to ask each one of us. Ask your own self that am I the close soul, the closest to the Father? Do you find it easy or difficult to follow? What were the special steps of Father Brahma that you saw? So these are the first 5 steps which Baba is bringing out. The first step, a total renunciate, sarvansh tyagi, not just renunciate, but total renunciate. We shall churn later on this. What is the difference between a renunciate and a total renunciate? Baba is bringing out from in this Murli that the deep definition of total renunciate, not only renunciation of the body and logic relations, but the greatest renunciation, in fact, the first renunciation before even the body, before even the logic relations, is the surrendering of the mind and the intellect. That's the first and the foremost renunciation, the greatest renunciation, Baba told. That is of the mind and the intellect, man and buddhi. That is, in every action, there was only the awareness of the Father and Srimad in his mind and intellect at every moment. Every action, there was only the awareness of the Father and Srimad, Baba and his Srimad, mind as well as intellect at every moment. He constantly considered himself to be an instrument, that is, Father Brahma constantly considered himself to be an instrument and was detached and loving in every action. So, being an instrument, he didn't apply his mind or intellect, means total renunciation, the greatest renunciation. completely pure instrument of awareness. I am an instrument. Therefore, he was detached and loving in every action. The Father's love, the Supreme Father's love was flowing through him in every action, whether mansa, vacha, or karmana. In bodily relationships, he renounced the consciousness of I. In bodily relationships, he renounced the consciousness of I. When the mind and body are surrendered to the Father, what is very let's listen carefully. When the mind and body are surrendered to the Father, bodily relationships are automatically renounced. So this is a fallout option. It's a consequence of surrendering of the mind and body is that the bodily relationships are automatically renounced. The first step was that of a total renunciate. And what does Baba mean by total renunciate? The renunciation of the mind and intellect. And that's always the first step. We shall remember this letter R, renunciation, and that also total renunciation. Then the second step, always remained obedient to the Agyakari. Also make this as a always remained obedient at all times and in everything, whether in self progress, swapurusharth, or in giving sustenance to the yajna. He remained an instrument. When one is an instrument, then he is always obedient, will not apply why, what, etc. Only Brahma is the spatial soul who has that unique part fixed in the drama. The same soul is the mother as, and also the father. Mother gives sustenance, and also the father who gives direction. Srimad. So while being an instrument for giving sustenance to the yajna, he always remained obedient. Although the task of establishment was a huge one, he didn't disobey any of the instructions. That's the contrast. When the task in today's world, when the task of establishment or the organization is very huge, very complex, there is, then a drop of a hat, people start disobeying some of the instructions, and this which creates a lot of disharmony. But you see, Father Brahma, so his establishment of the yajna, very huge task. But despite this, he didn't disobey any of the instructions of the Supreme Father. You easily saw his form of saying, "Yes, my Lord, I am present." हर समय जी हाजिर. The practical way at all times, not that sometimes ji hazir and sometimes not hazir. No, always ji hazir, ji huzur. Yes, my Lord, I am present in a practical way at all times. The third step, faithful in every thought. हर संकल्प में वफादार. Faithful in every thought. वफादारी. A wife who is faithful to her husband cannot remember anyone except her husband, even in dreams. एक pativrata. A wife who is faithful to her husband cannot remember anyone except her husband, even in dreams. In the same way, you saw the practical form of his being faithful the consciousness of no one but the one Father at all times. मेरा तो एक शिव बाबा, दूजा ना कोई. At all times, while being an instrument for the responsibility of new unlimited establishment through the power of being faithful in the practical action of having one faith and one support, एक बल और एक भरोसा. He easily overcame all adverse situations and inspired others too. So, what are the attributes of faithful in every thought? Always remembering one, uh, one and the only one. Also, no one but the one Father at all times, and being an instrument, having one faith and one support in practical way. The fourth step, a world server, Vishwa Sevadhari. The specialty in service was that on the one hand he was a very humble world servant, and on the other hand the authority of knowledge. It's contrasting actually. The one in today's world who is an authority of knowledge will always have some kind of ego. However, Father Brahma, on one hand, he was, the authority of knowledge. On the other hand, he was very humble world servant. I am your most obedient servant, he used to say to children. So to the extent that he was humble, he was accordingly a carefree emperor. Since he was humble, he was able to be a carefree emperor. The fearlessness of truth is the specialty of service. This was his specialty. Fearlessness of truth. Nirbhaita. Satyata ki nirbhaita. No matter how much his relatives, politicians, and religious leaders opposed him, because of this new knowledge, they were not able to make him fluctuate even slightly from his position of truth and fearlessness. So, position of truth and fearlessness. No one could fluctuate him from this. This is known as the balance of being humble and having authority. This is a balance of being humble and it is said no that a tree who's laden with fruits always bows down. All of you are seeing the result of that. Those who insulted him are now bowing down to him in their mind. The spatial basis of success in service is to be humble, to be an instrument, and be unlimited. This is a key recipes for success. These are deep management tips Baba is giving us. Spatial basis of success in service, whether it is alokik or lokik, anywhere, is to be humble, egoless, and to be an instrument. It's not, I'm not the doer. I'm just an instrument. He is the doer. My father is the doer. Karan Karavanhar. I am Karanhar. I am Nimit. And to be unlimited. Here, my vision should be unlimited. He became the embodiment of success through this method. So this is a method for success in service. The fifth step, free from the bondage of karma, free from the relationships of karma, that is, free from the bondage of the body, an angel, karma. So, free from the bondage of karma. Even free from the relationships of the karma. In 1 second, he conquered all attachments and became an embodiment of the remembrance of one, close and equal. What are the attributes of being karma bandhan sthiti? That is attachments, conquering of the attachments. That is moha. And karmati, the farishta state. Today, Baba has told you briefly of the 5 steps. There's a lot of detail, but in essence, those who place their steps over these 5 steps are known as the ones who follow the Father. Now ask yourself, in how many steps have you followed him? One, two, three, four, or five, or all five? Have you just surrendered, or have you surrendered totally? This is a big turning point. What is the difference between surrendered and totally surrendered, or surrendered totally? To have surrendered totally means you are equal to the Father in your thoughts, nature, and sanskar. What is the definition of total surrender? Is to equalness with the Father in thoughts, nature, and sanskar. Even if even now, while moving along, you think or say, my nature is like this, my nature is like that, or if thoughts emerge, or you say things against your conscious wish, that is not known as being a total renunciate. So, this is the kind of a test we can check for checking that if we have our vocabulary or our dictionary is still having these sentences that my nature is like this, my nature is like that, or the thoughts emerge or you say things against your conscious wish, करना तो नहीं चाहते थे but सोचना तो नहीं चाहते थे या देखना तो नहीं चाहते थे but I have seen that scene. So that is not known as being a total renunciate. Although you call yourself completely surrendered, Brahma Kumari, there is still the consciousness of mine and yours when it comes to surrendering every trace. Trace, Baba means every thought and dreams level. The Father's nature, Swabhav, means the nature of the self. Swabhav, Swa means Atma, Bhav means the nature. So, the nature of self. What is Swabhav? Nature of the self. Sanskars should always be like those of the Father, that is, of love, of mercy, and of having a generous heart. And this is called a big heart. This is a big heart. What is a big heart? It's where the sanskars are like all those of the Father, that is, sanskars of love, sanskars of mercy, and sanskars of having a generous heart. To have a small heart, on the contrary, to have a small heart means to see the limited consciousness of mine, I or me or mine. To see the limited consciousness of mine, whether for the self, for the service place, or for the service companions. Whereas to have a big heart means everyone experiences you belonging to them. Everyone experiences that here is a soul who belongs to me. Everyone feels that way. When someone has a big heart, he experiences an abundance of success in every task, whether in body, mind, wealth, or relations. This is another method, and in fact, this method is much more deep and also related to the first method which I brought out for success in seva, is having to have a big heart. When someone has a big heart, he experiences an abundance of success in every task, whether in body, mind, wealth, or relations. Big heart. Abundance means there is greater benefit, whereas someone with a small heart has to make greater effort and less success. He, he gets less success. He makes more efforts but less success. The small heart. So you were told previously also that those who have a small heart never have abundance in their treasure store or kitchen. Their service companions will give many reassurances. You do this and we will do this. But they then start relating their circumstances at a time of need. This is known as having a big heart. So the Lord is always pleased with those who understand the significance of everything. All of you teachers have a big heart, do you not? You are the instruments for the unlimited, greatest of all tasks. You do not say that you are the ones who bring benefit to only a certain area of the globe or to only a certain country, do you? You are world benefactors, Vishwa Kalyankari, are you not? So a big heart is needed for such a big task, such a global level. We have to do service and we need to have a big heart, is it not? Big means unlimited. Or will the teachers say that they have been given limits? Why are these limits created at first place? Because of a small heart. No matter how big an area you are given, you should always have unlimited feelings. Another tip for management, you know, no matter how big a area, how big a task you are given, you should always have unlimited feelings. Let the task be a small, trivial task also, but the feeling should be unlimited. Do not have any limits in your heart. Limits of a place should not influence your heart. If there is an influence of limits in your heart, the unlimited Father cannot stay within a limited heart. The unlimited Father cannot stay, in fact, will not stay in a limited heart. Baba is big, and so a big heart is needed. While staying in Madhuban, did Brahma ever have the thought that Madhuban was mine and the rest, that is Punjab, UP, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, etc., were all the children? Did Brahma ever have the thought that Madhuban was mine and the rest states like Punjab, UP, Karnataka, Tamil, etc., were all the children's? All of you have love for Father Brahma, do you not? So every child, all children, they had this feeling that Madhuban is mine. Everybody is my Madhuban. Never that this Brahma Baba's Madhuban and I am from Punjab or UP or Karnataka or Tamil Nadu or Madhya Pradesh. All of you have love for Father Brahma, do you not? To have love means to follow. If we have love for Father Brahma, we will definitely, definitely will follow Father Brahma in every step. So these were the 5 steps that Baba brought out today, the day one of this Murli. So let's take a pause here and then we shall come back after a minute for churning session. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So, welcome back to the churning or sharing session. This Murli, five special steps of Father Brahma. Baba has brought out the five steps, which through which we can see through that am I close to Father? Am I deeply loving my Father? And am I having those same qualities as Father in various degrees or percentages? We can check and change and be close to Him. So, anyone on any aspect or any step would like to uh, describe in your own way? How does it relate in practical manner, and how we can use them in practical manner in our Lokik as well as Lokik Seva? Om Shanti. Right. First step is a total
Shanti,
renunciate.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Om Shanti. Please.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Now, yeah, total renunciate, I got is totally surrender and this every thought, word, and action, body in your relation, not in of mine on yours. That should not be there. This is a total means as an instrument. We have to work as an instrument. What is it? What everything is of Baba. So that and second important thing, Baba told that it's a big heart. So that I is got in a sense. And when we surrender, when we totally surrender, so it will happen automatically itself. So that is a very good awareness. That awareness of that Baba has, Brahma Baba. So that awareness, it should be more aware and total surrenderness, which is total renunciation. Yeah, I got that. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Kalpesh Bhai, for sharing that beautiful point. Baba brought out that total renunciation. So what do you think, anyone, that what is the thing which differentiates the, the total renunciation from renunciation? What is that which we often, you know, ignore, and but which is the first renunciation which should happen?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So, yeah, so this total renunciation is, so Baba said, um, not just the physical renunciation, but along with that, also the surrendering the mind and intellect, and also, surrendering the I, that ego, or, there should not be the slightest ego of I did it, or you know so Brahma Baba did not have that slightest consciousness also of I. So he did not have any sort of attachment also. So, and more than that, he lived as a instrument, and he was detached completely, and then he was loving to everyone also, and he also followed every order that Baba gave. So renunciation, it's itself is a big thing, but total renunciate is like completely dying, living in this world, but living every second according to Shiv Baba's expectation, I suppose. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that out. Yeah, that's a beautiful point you brought out, that that the ego, and as we say, the ego is there mostly in the mind and the intellect, and the me or mindness, that I'm the doer. Without me, people will not be able to function, or I'm so important. All that is ego, and the it mostly stays in the mind and intellect. So when we surrender mind and intellect, then the ego gets surrendered, and that will happen when we are in total soul consciousness. Anyone may also share. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Om Rak.
Om Shanti.
You can hear me, I suppose. You can hear me?
Yes, 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 we can hear
Yeah,
you,
but
sister.
not able to talk loudly also. See, when you
Yeah.
just spoke of course, detachment, consciousness, obedience, surrender. Actually, this was the key thing in Brahma: surrender, detachment, consciousness, and obedience. But when you spoke of renunciate, I think I would really love to go to these 1982 Murlis where Baba speaks about three kinds of renunciate: renunciate, great renunciate, and complete renunciate. When he says renunciate, he says just what they do, they are people who through knowledge and yoga, whatever benefit you got from your old relationship, old connections, a little, and when you have become a Brahma Kumar or Brahma Kumari, you give up. You've just become a Brahma Kumar. You give up non-veg. You give up certain things, all those temporary things which you have saved because you have to live a yogi life. But even after that, they have not completely transformed. One moment they'll have Brahman samskars, one moment they'll have Lokik samskars. So Baba used to say, because they are the people who do not have the courage, because they love comfort. But when it comes to great renunciate, he says they are the people who like to transform their relationship through samskaras. They are constantly detached from the old world. So even Brahma Baba, before he became Avyakt, his first step itself was from a great renunciate to complete renunciate. That for them, they feel the great renunciate, all the old world, the old relations are all dead. They are very stable in that, and they are very loving and very cooperate. Like here is where Baba speaks about household and all. But when it comes to complete renunciate, that's the only example we can have here is Brahma Baba. Absolute renunciation. That's the final lesson. I came with nothing, I own nothing, and I'm going back with even nothing. Whatever is here is just given to me by God, and I'm an instrument to give it. I'm very detached. So this complete renunciate, I'm just giving you a small part of it, but we are absolutely a Mehman consciousness. You can say we are like Mehman consciousness, and this is what Baba did when he left his body on 18th January. When that's why that is also called as the day of will. When he willed everything and made children with willpower. More I can do, but just to explain to you, there are these three kinds of renunciates, and we know where Brahma Baba is. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for sharing that beautiful points. Yes, uh, and to further elaborate on the total renunciation versus renunciation, I would invite uh, others as well to share. We have 3 minutes. What are the other steps? Like we have discussed in the churning, that one is the total renunciation or the sarvansh tyagi, Actually, it's not tyag, it's basically the bhagya. Renunciation, for the world, it is renunciation, but actually, it is so much gain which we have. We get transformed to a new level, to new energy level, to new to the new world altogether. So that's the actually something which we reject. What we are rejecting is actually waste. Just 5 old coins which we are uh, rejecting. We are rejecting to a kind of a waste bin. We are only gaining. It's a total attainment, I would say. In other words, it's not renunciation, it's total attainment, all attainments. If we keep something with us, something of a limited world with us, let it be mind or intellect, then we do not get it transformed to the unlimited. And second is always remained obedient. Brahma Baba always remained obedient. So what are the points in this? Obedient. What are the attributes? What was that word which Baba always used to say in terms of seva? There are 2
Hanji.
words. Ji has, yeah, please come up.
Is it Hanji?
हाँ
Baba
जी
always
हाजिर
said
and
this
जी
Hanji.
हाँ जी बाबा या हाँ जी बाबा ये लो बाबा अभी आई अभी बाबा that way जी हाजिर बाबा is also in other words जी हाजिर जी हुजूर तो हाजिरा हुजूर हो जाता है when we are obedient to Baba also is multiple folds obedient to us then he will always be present in our day to day you know thoughts words and action and then faithful in every thought faithful in every thought हर संकल्प में वफादार anyone on this point this step what are the attributes of this step faithful
Yeah,
in every thought
they
yeah
followed, obeying all the instructions.
yes yes
Hmm.
so often what happens is that we say no this instruction I have other opinion why should I follow this instruction it's not applicable to me or it's not a practically I cannot follow this something that ifs and buts come no but Baba gave an example. What was that example Baba gave about being how to who's like about the faithful in every thought? Baba gave an example.
Pativrata.
What
Yeah,
wife?
yeah. Ek pativrata. I mean, this just not gender neutral. It's not that only wife has to be pativrata and both pativrata and patnivrata. Ek pativrata, ek patnivrata. Basically, about the faithfulness that is every thought is aligned, even in dreams, constant remembrance of the one and the only one. No one but the one Father at all times. So that is being faithful. So,
Mumbai, just to give you an example, it was Meera, which Baba always said. When he used the word faithful, it was Meera. See, I remember also there was an example, I don't know which brother, a wife, when she is with a husband, and if is she really in thought, in action, totally with her beloved husband, or even one single thought does it go elsewhere? If it's there, that absolute faithfulness, that is pativrata, just ek nami. So
yeah,
Baba always used to give an example of Meera for that. She had just Krishna, Krishna, even when Bhojraj was there, it was just Krishna in a thing. But sometimes I
right.
used to think, is that a sign of faithfulness? Because she was married to Bhojraj. Krishna was there in a thing. So
Hmm.
I used to think, what is that faithfulness in Meera, which Baba always gave as an example? Because even though she loved Krishna by body, she was married to Bhojraj. So I used to often ask, how can that come under the acting or faithful, but that Baba took an example of faithful to Krishna.
Yeah. To Krishna. It's unlimited way Baba brought out that in the unlimited world, faith is very important part in the spirituality. If we have constant faith at all times, faith in the one and only one, the supreme one, then all automatically everything aligns. That's the third step Baba brought out. Then Baba brought out the fourth step is a world server, Vishwa Sevadari. Here also Baba brought out so many interesting attributes of being a world server. Anyone on that? Anyone would like to bring out any attribute of being a world server? How we are doing different roles. Someone is a homemaker, someone is a businessman, someone is in charge of a meditation center, someone is also playing
Yeah.
double hat.
It is a
So
balance of
how you
humbleness
made
and authority.
yeah, it's a
A
balance
balance of
between
humbleness and authority. Yeah, Baba said.
yes and yes. And
Ah,
does it in the world? What does happen? What happens when someone has got a lot of authority? What happens?
World
Is he
servant.
humble? Is he or she humble in Lokik world? I'm asking. When someone has got a lot of power and money and
Yeah, the
authority,
ego will be there.
but
or
Mumbai,
Fearless.
don't you?
Fearless.
haughtiness comes.
But Mumbai, when world server, doesn't it mean going from a limited household to unlimited household, from just a mother to a world mother? That is, the
Yeah, yeah.
household is not unlimited household. The world is
Yes,
my
yes.
serving place.
Then there will be humbleness. If you think my family, my children, I will do bhatti only for my kids, they get successful. What about the neighbor's kids? What about your relatives' kids? No. So that it's very clearly visible where is what is limited and what is unlimited. So Baba is saying that if one wants to be a world server, one wants to be close to Father Brahma, then he has to be a world server. World is means unlimited, as you rightly brought out, sister. Unlimited. It's not that I am serving Bhopal or I am serving Delhi or I am serving this colony in Delhi. No. Or people are even too limited that I am serving my own home. That's all. Who will think of my family if I am not thinking? Those are the explanations one gives that I am. They get bound by these limited. Actually, when we are doing world service, automatically my family also gets served.
Hmm.
And in fact, in a multiple folds, it gets served. So, so the vision has to be always think, think global and act
Hmm.
local.
Look,
Think global and act local. Means always think that when I'm acting means when I'm thinking, speaking, or acting, or I mean doing any karma action, then it's got world level impact. Now I am doing locally I am doing it, but it is creating an impact all over the world. That's called being the world server. And humbleness, as Brother brought out, nirmanta. More we are, more we are, our vision is unlimited, we'll always have nirmanta.
but Brahma Baba, he could do this only after becoming Avyakt. See, he became Avyakt because he wanted to become Karmatit. And this global Vishwa Sevadhari, you could achieve it only after he became Avyakt, isn't it?
Oh, but who is stopping us from being aware in our meditation? That Brahma Baba became aware means he became karmati, and therefore he had to become aware. Before karmati, he was practicing of being aware. Before karma, reaching that stage on 18 January 1969, he was constantly practicing this, how to become aware from vyakt to aware, then aware to vyakt to aware. This constantly he was practicing. We also can follow the same. We can follow this exercise of Baba has given so many times drill of going from Sakar to Akari, Akari to Nirakari. Then again, so like a jinn, keep right, from Sakari to Nirakari and back via Akari, Parishta. So whenever we are doing small acts, let it be trivial act, but the ramifications, the impact is world level. And how it happens world level? That I am a world servant. That's Soman, the self affirmation. I'm a world servant. We are listening to this Murli, we are sharing our churning, we are reading this Murli. It's maybe a trivial act for some. But then if I think that through this Murli, through this sharing, through this word, the entire world is listening to this Murli. The entire world is connected online. And so that consciousness lifts to the world served. Then fifth point is free from the bondage of karma and free from the relationships of karma. Why Baba brought out these two aspects? Wasn't one enough? That karma bandhan book was not enough. Still Baba brought out karma sambandh also book. What is anyone on this? May share.
It actually means I don't look at the results of the karma. I'm not bound by the results of the karma. I turn it into a relationship. So
Baba says
from
even want free from the relationships of karma as well. See the second word.
sambandh.
Sambandh is relationship, no?
Yeah, but it's not the limited relationship. When I turn it into behad.
Yeah, maybe. That's what this learning session is for. Yeah, it may be that from limited to unlimited. That could be this thing. That's a very good point. Brought up because this was thought which was coming while I was reading this movie. Normally, Baba says karma bandhan bhakt bhav, farishta bhav. But Baba always prefers karma sambandh over karma bandhan. Have a relationship with your karma. Have a relationship with your sense organ. I am different. I am away from karma as well. I am away from my organs as well. And then I am as a Karavan heart.
Also, Baba said, no, the swabhav, the nature, the sanskar. So that is, I thought, it's an old belief, old thoughts. If I will stuck in that, so it will not help us to misfly. So that I got inside from something. Yeah.
Yes. So bhav is not the one which we say ki old sanskars are my nature and I can't change them. What Baba means is, as you brought out, so bhav means the self, the original self, the eternal and the original Adi and Anadi sanskar. That is what is I am the true self, and it will come from the swadharma. So bhav is a fallout of swadharma. When the soul is in swadharma, and swadharma is soul consciousness, complete soul consciousness. So I think time is running out, and we shall now just do 1 minute meditation, and then we wind up the session. For a minute and reflect upon 5 steps. Every attribute of these 5 steps in a stage of big heart, unlimited vision, asking own self the question, am I close to the Father? None but one. Am I following my Father like Meera? Like, am I remembering him like Meera? Am I following my Supreme Father like Father Brahma? Am I close to Supreme Father like Father Brahma? How close I am to him. How faithful I am towards him. Which is the step where I need to work on. Which is that subtle aspect which I need to pay attention to. What exactly is my stage? Where am I relative to Father Brahma? Who am I? Am I practically living my true self? Am I practically living my Swa Bhav, the original, the eternal sanskars, or am operating on my acquired sanskar, acquired from the body consciousness, acquired from the bodily relations in the outer world? What exactly is my operating system? And which version am I? And what is my motherboard of which is supporting this operating system? Is it limited or is it unlimited? So with these internal reflections, we shall do entire day, and then we shall meet tomorrow again at 5 a.m. for the day 2 of this beautiful Murli, the 5 steps of Father Brahma. Om Shanti.